Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast number 88. My name's Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host tonight, as always, a fantastic leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach Brad. And thank you, folks, for coming tonight to another edition of the nightly ARK Podcast. We're here, we're ready, we're excited because we're all getting this crypto.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get this crypto.
Baggy.
Oh, God damn.
Oh yeah, let's get this crypto.
The price of ARK is at $5.71. Market cap, $4,687,362 US. The Spark price pool is at 190.32 ARK. That is a street value of 1,086.73 cents. Quite fantastic. Keeps on growing. We had an all-time high last night. Winners are everywhere. Everywhere you look around, folks are full of FOMO. The contracts just keep printing for these investors. And everyone is calm, cool, and collected here at ARK. Great podcast last night. We had an amazing video that was dropped by Fire Hustle. Shout out to Summer Fire Hustle. Amazing job. We've been spreading the word, showing it everywhere. It's trending on WhatsApp. The community is using it as a tool to engage their friends, family, neighbors, even James at the water cooler. Oh, he's checking out that video. He's like, wow, I love ARK. I understand ARK. I thought I understood it, but now I understand it even better. What a great way to explain what's special, what's different, what's ahead for everyone here at ARK. And for those that are going to be coming a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, understanding how that everyone really gets a great chance to come participate and win. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Brett, see what updates he has for us this evening.
Hey Atlas, how you doing? Yeah, just a nice Friday night here. We're just heading to my daughter's volleyball practice that she has going right now, so I'm in the car. Sorry for the background noise. Yeah, great day at the ARK. You and I are definitely deep into the R&D mode, working on those utilities, coming soon to the new application that we're rolling out for mobile devices and getting prepared for that. So it's really where the push is, doing some marketing work behind the background. We've touched on that before, getting the education layer ready for the mobile app and really simplifying things down to streamline as we push into the mass market. And also just looking at some of the stats, I noticed the foundation's pushing over 170,000, which is great to see. So that's deepening that liquidity pool. Yeah, people catching on to the Spark rewards and these daily drawings that we have going on here. It's really been a nice addition to the utility of ARK and also the utility to the foundation contract. So not only can you get your level 1 referral rewards, but you can also qualify for the Spark contest every day. I also saw a new banner we've got going out when we hit the all-time high for the Spark rewards. That's great to see. I think getting the word out and having more people come on over and see what we have going here during these podcasts and our daily drawings is great. We also have the All Aboard contest for content creators, 100 BUSD. If you're spotlighted today, it sounds like we have a full lineup for that with Brad. Also, if you participate today, it looks like we're going to have less than 50 participants, but it'll be a 50 BUSD spin the wheel drawing for people who go over and clap or like and subscribe to the content we share. We also still have the ARK contest going on, both changing of the Discord name and your Telegram name to include the ARK gets you entered to win 300 BUSD now. It was a 200 BUSD with a 1,000 BUSD pool. Now it's a 1,500 BUSD pool with 300 BUSD winners. So that's going to be huge here happening in a couple weeks. So get your updated name both on Telegram and Discord for a chance to win. Then we also have the poker game going on over at the Pillars. I was just working on getting some of those NFTs. There's a link in the pin messages for the purchase the NFTs to qualify for a chance to participate in that poker match. So that's going to be fun to see. All those proceeds go to support the winner of the poker match between the different group leaders that have been selected to play. And so it's a great benefit to the projects. I think it's going to be a great social event for everybody to participate in. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not a poker player, so don't worry. If I win, I won't play. I'll let Brad play. But otherwise, yeah, that's kind of rounds out the goings on here at ARK. Always a chance to win something. In addition to, the great investment that you're seeing here grow every day and your investment and the just the performance of the app has just been amazing. And I think people are really close, if not already ROIing, especially if they participated in the pre-sales. They're seeing price appreciation as well as their compounding and withdrawing working to their advantage. So, yeah, another great day sailing on the ARK. And, great night. And look forward to a podcast and a great all aboard session.
Yes, sir. Something else that Catalyst pointed out, something that it's almost shocking how strong, how massive the legacy rewards. We put a lot of attention at the Spark price pool, right? Which if we look right now, we're seeing that since last night's drawing of the 39th winner, we've given out 30,537.65 BUSD worth of ARK back to investors.
Woo-hoo!
But when it comes to the legacy, folks, the total rewards disbursements as of last night were $50,000, folks.
Let's get this crypto.
Wow. Does it pay to be a legacy NFT holder? It sure does. What do you think about it, Catalyst? How do you feel, man? You're the Catalyst of the legacy.
Every day. No, I was waiting for it to cross over the $50,000 milestone. It's just, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's just these kind of things are unheard of in the DeFi space. These contests, these giveaways, these incentives that the community that we have here at ARK is just, it's just unheard of anywhere else. And I think that the community is what's going to be the big draw and the differentiating factor that pulls newcomers into the project and into the space in general. The community is just so welcoming, and that, in my opinion, that's the big game changer. I mean, actually, you guys have a lot of game changers in the queue, the mobile app and all the other things on the roadmap. But these nightly podcasts, I think that's really the game changer, in my opinion.
They don't do it like this anywhere else, I think.
No, sir, they do not.
We've been looking around. We've been into space for quite some time. But the way that I think ARK conducts its business, interacts with its community, keeps it clean, calm, cool, collected, professional, empathetic, educational, and persistent. Always here. Always ready to greet any new investor. So many folks we see helping out on the admin side, answering questions, greeting folks, being so kind, so respectful. It is a beautiful thing to see. No better place to be. And I'm glad that you see it that way, Catalyst.
I certainly do. And for anyone that's new to the podcast, that maybe your first time or been here a couple times, I just want to encourage you. This is one of the most welcoming groups I've ever been a part of. And if you have any hesitation to unmute your mic and, just say hi, please don't have any hesitation. I just want to encourage everyone to, say hi, make yourself heard. Do not be afraid to jump in. Even if you don't have a question, of course, first and foremost, the team's here to answer your questions. So certainly if you do have a question, ask it. But if you just want to jump in and say hi and have a chat, that's the community that we're trying to build here. Just a place to hang out. It's just been amazing watching it evolve. Atlas will play some music as we're waiting to go live. It's a nice place to chill and hang out. Even after the recording stops, oftentimes a number of us will still hang out on the podcast and just chat about anything. So my point is just, don't hesitate. Don't be nervous. I know I'm likely, if you've never spoken live on a podcast, you might be a little bit nervous or hesitant, but there's really no reason to be. So if anything ever pops in your mind that you think about, you think you might want to say, but then you just, for whatever reason, don't unmute your mic. Next time that happens, go ahead and unmute your mic and say what's on your mind. We all want to hear it. That's it.
Very true. There's a lot of folks that are very passive and they just like to hang out and listen. They don't want their voice to be heard, or it could be intimidating, especially when there's a lot of people around. Funny enough, Catalyst, Brett would always come to the podcast a lot, and for the longest time, he was an investor, and he never said anything. I think until one time, I guess I called him out. Is that how it went down, Brett? Do you remember? Did you speak up, or did I call on you?
Yeah, you called on me. Yeah, you called on me, and we were driving somewhere, like everybody was going crazy in the car. So, but yeah, I didn't really talk too much just because I didn't have anything to add to the conversation, I think. So I just, I think that's part of it. I think people feel like they have to have something, brilliant to say, or, clever or something. And I just never felt like I had that to say. So I just stayed quiet, but you really don't. I mean, there's no bad questions, and everybody here is very empathetic to new investors and savvy investors that are just learning about ARK. So yeah, there's no reason for people not to chime in. And it's just a podcast on a Telegram channel somewhere in the corner of cyberspace. So nothing to worry about here.
Yeah, if that was a prerequisite, I never would speak.
Yeah. Chris is a quiet one. Not all the time. He talks a lot with us when the conversation's right, and there's something that he can bring to the table. He always does. But to be clear and fair, I didn't call on Brett for just calling on him. He really caught my attention and the attention of the whole community with a Medium article that he did. And I was blown away by it. I was like, this is amazing. I've never seen before anyone write about a crypto project on Medium, especially in the way he did it with numbers, analytical information, that a person that's looking for real substance, what we call here the smart money, something that the smart money could read and say, hey, I should take a look at this. And everything was just on the spot. The image he chose just drew me in right away, and I was blown away. I was like, hey man, we need to show the community this article. And I wanted to meet him. I wanted to talk to him. Hey, how did you come up with this? What's this about? You've taken this into a whole nother world that I did not even know existed at that time. So to show you again the power of Medium, the power of these articles, speaking about the power of Medium and the articles, Mr. Mad Hatter from The Pillars wrote an article about ARK.
Let's get this crypto. Oh, God damn.
Oh, yeah, let's get this crypto.
And again, first-time writer. Inspired, motivated to get out of the comfort zone and do something different. Go out of his lane to create an article, to contribute, to give back to this community, to fly the flag of ARK. Chris, you wrote one too, right? First-time writer? Chris? Oh. You there, Chris?
You see that he has his mic unmuted, but it looks like he's trying to speak. But Chris, he's going to jump off and jump back on.
Is that any better?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I was actually fixing a plate and my earbud fell out. So if you asked me something, I did not hear it.
Did you hear the question?
No, I didn't.
Did you write an article on Medium?
I did. I wrote one. I have been a little bit busy. I had intentions of writing others, but have not yet.
Right, that's what I thought. And that was your first time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See?
I said if Frank can do it, I can.
Exactly. I mean, guys, how powerful is that? Having Chris Dugan, ROI DAP whiz expert. I mean, it runs through his veins. Writing Medium article, and Mad Hatter, and I think we'll take a quick look at that later. So, Catalyst, that man, you've really set the house on fire over here. You set the tone, you raised the bar, and the rest, as they say, is history, which will be favorable to ARK, for we are writing it.
Let's get this
Right on.
God damn.
Oh, yeah, let's get this crypto.
That is pretty cool. Very cool. And with that, let's transition. Let's get right over there. Turn it over to Coach Brad and the All Aboard sessions.
All aboard.
Thank you very much, Atlas. Atlas has just mentioned the first thing I was going to talk about, and that is a huge member of ARK, and an accomplished investor in his own right, Mad Hatter from The Pillars. came to the podcast and saw, the all aboard session and how people are stepping up and writing articles for the first time. And it motivated him to go out and write his own Medium article, very first one. So, we've got a lot of first time writers, and this is all off the back of Catalyst, which is, fantastic because he is the master and he is also our special guest tonight. So it's very fitting to mention that. And we just mentioned Chris as well, ROI DAP legend, doing the same thing. Catalyst motivated me, and then I motivated Chris, and then Mad Hatter got motivated by one of the community members. And, that we could go on and on. There's plenty of community members who have written the first Medium article through seeing tangible results from others and the effort and people stepping out of their comfort zone. And ultimately, that's what this whole section is about, motivating other people to go out and do the things that we've done ourselves and providing them with the tools and the help to do so. So it's absolutely fantastic to see that, excuse the pun, but a pillar of the community, Mad Hatter, going out there and writing one himself. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I'll tell you, one of the things that started me thinking about it was when Patrick came in and told his story. That's what actually got me thinking about it. And then, of course, after Brad did his article, I was like, okay, we got to give this a shot.
Yeah, exactly. First time writing myself, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. Simple as that. So. And we've got some other guests coming up over the next few days, which is great to see. The community engagement is definitely growing. Last night we had 58 members, I believe. That's fantastic. Everything's rolling the way it's meant to, and as I said, ultimately we're just trying to motivate other people to get out there and do these things themselves. Catalyst, are you ready, my friend?
I am ready, but I'm getting some feedback. Can you guys hear me now?
Can indeed, yeah.
Coming in clear, okay?
Yes, sir.
Great. Yes, I am ready. Let me share my screen.
All right, just before you do that, I'm going to tell the usual stuff, guys, just in case anyone's new and they're unaware. We're about to drop 2 Medium articles into the main group. To be eligible tonight for the 50 or possibly 100 BUSD giveaway, you have to clap 50 times, follow and comment on the 2 articles. So that's on both of them, and send a screenshot of that over to Mr. Fortunate Enough, and you'll be entered in tonight's Spin the Wheel for a chance to win 50, depending on the engagement, or 100 BUSD. So I'm going to drop them in the chat now and hand it over to you, Mr. Catalyst. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach Brad. Good evening, everyone. I just wrote this article this morning with the latest Spark Rewards wallet metrics. It's actually an update from an article I did last year, late December. Some of you might have been on the pod when I presented this one. Oops, this one. Do this. You might remember, some of you who were back on, I think I wrote this on December 29th. We were 11 days into the Spark Rewards daily prize pool drawing at that point, and we'd been getting a lot of questions on the pod about what are the odds of winning, and we were kind of speculating, and some of the members of the community were doing some rough guesstimates, but I was able to get the actual number of qualified eligible wallets, and I wrote this article. And for those of you that did not see me go over this particular article. The thing about it was I had also utilized a lot of ChatGPT content. So everything that you see here in italics was all from ChatGPT. And I did that I was kind of doing it for fun, but seeing how she would, by the way, my ChatGPT is a she. Anyway, I was trying to see how she would explain it. Unfortunately, it came off a little verbose and a little wordy, and it was a little unclear. So I rewrote the article with new data, the new data I just got from the team on the wallets, and I wrote it in a more easy to read conversational approach. And so this is it, and Brad just posted the link on the chat. So yeah, this is an updated version of what are your odds of winning the Spark Rewards prize. I call it exciting because it is exciting. I mean, I think most of us are here every night because of just how exciting it is when that wheel spins and we're looking to see if our wallet's won. So I start off by saying here that not only is Arkfi the hottest daily ROI DApp in the DeFi space, but the Spark Rewards prize giveaway is the most exciting component of Arkfi.
Catalyst, we can't see your screen, buddy. Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that, Brad. What I was displaying prior to this screen was my previous article that was written on December 29th, but there's no need to go back. The point is, this is a much easier to read article. There is no ChatGPT verbiage in this. So anyway, the Sparks Reward Prize giveaway is the most exciting component of the Arkfi protocol. Again, in the title, we want to use keywords like Arkfi. I also wrote this because I'm thinking, as some of you have heard me say, I'm trying to get into making YouTube videos. So I kind of wrote this as a script for a YouTube video. So I'm just going to read it, and we'll just see how conversational it is. You'd think that Arkfi's 2% daily return on deposits would be enough cause for excitement, and you wouldn't be wrong. But what if I told you that there's another element of Arkfi's ecosystem that has the community buzzing with even more delight and engagement? Enter Daily Spark Rewards Prize. What is the Spark Rewards Prize? Simply put, the Spark Rewards Prize is a daily prize awarded to a randomly selected eligible community member. The prize is awarded each day during Arkfi's daily live amazing podcast, which begins at 6 p.m. EST or 11 p.m. UTC every day. How big is the Spark Rewards Prize? Well, how does more than 1,000 BUSD sound? Yes, you read that correctly. Lucky winners have been taking home over $1,000 each day, and the actual prize amounts have been steadily increasing. Consider that the most recent amounts given away in just this past week. And here's a table showing the prize amounts. The last 5 days have been well over $1,000, as you can see. Over the past week, the prize pool has been increasing at an average rate of 3.2% each day. As can be seen in the table, yesterday's prize was valued at $1,134. That means that today's price could be somewhere around $1,170. I got that by adding the 3.2%. And tomorrow's price could be at over $1,200 at that rate. So where does this money come from? The short answer is that prize pool funds come from round robin rewards that make their way to the Guardian wallet. Each day, half of these rewards are sent to the Spark Rewards prize pool to be awarded to a lucky winner. The Arkfi team built the Spark Rewards into the protocol as a way of sharing the daily compound rewards with community members who support the protocol. And then I have a note here that says to learn more about Spark Rewards, I link out to the white paper's Spark Rewards section. So how do I participate? It's easy. Simply by having a qualifying wallet, you're automatically entered into the daily giveaway and are eligible to win. A qualifying wallet must have an active ARK Vault account and one of the following criteria. Either have $250 worth of Bond LP staked in the foundation or hold a legacy NFT of any tier. I then have another note here that links out to the white paper again for more information on the ARK for staking and legacy NFTs. So what are my odds of winning? Well, the odds of winning are based on the number of qualifying wallets at any given time. At the moment, there are 615 eligible wallets. So your odds of winning are 1 in 615. That comes out to a 0.16% chance of winning. But here's the thing. A qualifying wallet is eligible to win during every daily drawing. That means you can win multiple times for as long as your wallet qualifies. In fact, get this, in the 39 drawings held since the start of the Spark Rewards giveaway, 3 different community members have already won twice. And also keep in mind that you can have more than 1 qualifying wallet. So if you have 2 qualifying wallets, your odds of winning double. 3 qualifying wallets, your odds triple, and so on. Well, so is it worth it for me to participate? In a word, yes. If you haven't already decided to participate in the daily Spark Rewards prize pool drawing, but you are considering it, then the following math may be of interest to you. Let's consider the concept of expected value. To calculate the expected value for a single discrete random variable, you simply multiply the value of that variable by the probability of that value occurring. So in calculating the expected value in winning the Spark prize, you would multiply the value of the prize pool by the probability of winning. So we use yesterday's drawing as an example. We would have the following equation. Yesterday's prize pool was $1,134. We have 615 qualifying wallets. So $1,134 times 0.16% or 0.0016 comes out to $1.84. That's the expected value on any given day. And I say here, so the current expected value of winning the Spark prize is $1.84. Now that might not seem like much, but remember that a qualifying wallet is eligible to win each day. So to calculate the expected value over time, you simply multiply the expected value by the number of occurrences. For example, the expected value of winning the Spark prize over the next month is $1.84 times 30 days, which comes out to $55.32. If you push it out to a year, you get $1.84 times 365 days, which comes out to $673.17. So if you intend to hold a qualifying wallet for a year, then an expected value of $673 is certainly more than the cost of staking $250 worth of bond. Given these results, some investors may deem it worthwhile to participate. Let's dive a little deeper. What is the overall total cost of creating a qualified wallet? Let's look at the bare minimum cost to create a qualifying wallet. For this example, the wallet will qualify by staking $250 worth of Bond LP. First, we need to take into account that the qualifying wallets must first have an active ARK Vault account. To set up an active ARK Vault account, a minimum investment of 10 ARK after taxes is required. The buy and deposit taxes on new investments amounts to 13%. Therefore, to obtain a minimum requirement of 10 ARKs, we calculate the following. I do the calculation, it comes out to 11.49 ARK. That result is consistent with the Arkfi's recommendation of a minimum purchase of 11.5 ARK tokens. So therefore, for the purpose of this article, this example, we're going to use 11.5 ARK tokens. Next, we multiply the minimum required ARK purchase by ARK's price. At the moment, ARK is trading at $5.71 BUSD. So 11.5 ARK times $5.71 comes out to 65.67 BUSD. That's to activate a vault account. Next, we have to add the cost of staked bond. Note that there's a typo there. Note that there is a 10% deposit tax when staking bond LP. It should also be noted that the price of the bond LP does fluctuate, so you may want to stake a little bit more than the $250 minimum requirement. For this example, we'll stake $260 worth of bond. Applying the 10% deposit tax yields $288.89 BUSD that we would have to stake before taxes in order to get 260. Now we add the required ARK purchase that we calculated above. 65 plus 288 equals $354.56. So there you have it. Currently, the minimum investment required to create a qualifying wallet for the Daily Spark Rewards prize pool is $355. Again, compare that investment to the yearly expected value of $673, and you get a return, an absolute return of $318, an expected return, because we're taking the expected value, the yearly expected value of $673. We're subtracting out the $355 needed to create a qualifying wallet, and that leaves us with an expected return of $318, an expected yearly return. So that $318 results in an annual expected return on investment of 89.6%. Again, this ROI may make sense to those investors considering participating in the Daily Spark Rewards prize giveaway. But wait, there's more. The above calculations were performed using the current number of qualifying wallets, as well as the value of the most recent prize pool giveaway. In actuality, over time, the number of qualifying wallets will increase, thereby reducing your odds of winning and consequently reducing your daily expected value. However, over time, the value of the prize pool will also increase, thereby increasing your odds of winning and consequently increasing your daily expected value. So, how do these two considerations impact your expected ROI? Let's take a look. I then have a note here saying that I'm going to make some assumptions that we are going to use a constant linear growth rate based on historical data. But in actuality, the future rate of growth of the new qualifying wallets, as well as the rate of growth of the value of the prize pool, does fluctuate daily. But for the purpose of simplicity, we're just going to, again, assume a constant linear growth rate. Okay, so first, let's calculate the number of new qualifying wallets being created daily. As I mentioned above, there are currently 650 qualifying wallets. The last time I provided this metric was 28 days ago, when there were 414 qualifying wallets. Therefore, the number of qualifying wallets has increased by 201 wallets in 28 days. This equates to an average increase in the number of qualifying wallets of 7.18 wallets per day. Again, if we assume this to be constant over the next year, we can calculate 7.18 wallets a day times 365 days added to the current 615 current wallets equals 3,225 wallets a year from now. So in this example, the assumption is that there will be approximately 3,235 qualifying wallets a year from now. Okay, but what will the value of the prize pool be a year from now? We're going to use the same method. At the top of the article, we noticed that in the past week, the prize pool has been increasing at an average rate of 3.2% a day. Applying that average rate to the value of the most recent prize pool equals $36.30 per day that the prize pool has been increasing over the last week. If we assume that result to be constant over the next year, then next year we take $36.30 a day times 365 days, and we also add it to the current price pool. we come up with a prize pool of $14,382 this time next year. So now let's calculate the expected value of this 1 year from now scenario. So we're going to do the same calculation we did at the top of the article, only we're now a year in the future. We're going to take the prize pool of $14,382 times our odds of winning, which is now going to be 1 out of 3,253 wallets. That comes out to 0.000307 times 14,382. We get an expected daily expected value of $4.42, which is what I say here. So the current expected value of winning the Spark prize pool 1 year from now is $4.42. Again, that amount might not seem like very much, but remember that a qualifying wallet is eligible to win every single day. Again, to calculate the expected value over time, you simply multiply by the number of daily drawings. For example, the expected value of winning the Spark prize over the following month, a year from now, will be $132. And if we push it out for another year, the expected value will be $1,613. Again, with the current minimum investment required to create a qualifying wallet of $355, the expected value of $1,613 may make sense to some investors. So that is my point of trying to decide if it's worth it to you. Here are some important considerations. As mentioned, we made some broad assumptions, namely constant linear rate of growth for both wallets and prize pool growth. Another consideration is that the data set is quite thin. There have only been 39 Spark prize pool drawings held at the time of writing. A year from now, the data will provide much more accurate rates of growth and return, and we can calculate it with more accuracy. That being said, the observable trends point to positive growth in the near term, both for the number of qualifying wallets as well as the size of the prize pool. The question is, though, will the growth rate in the value of the prize pool continue to outpace the growth rate in the number of qualifying wallets, as is presently the case? This is why we continue to hit new records. We've been hitting daily records fairly consistently because the prize pool is growing at a faster rate than the number of qualifying wallets. And this brings up another important consideration. The Arkfi team has indicated that at some point, when the size of the prize pool grows to a certain level, that more than one winner may be chosen to split equally the prize pool. However, from a purely expected value standpoint, this should not have an impact on your returns because, for example, the expected value of having a 1% chance of winning 100% of the prize pool is the same as the expected value of having 2 1% chances of winning half the prize pool, if that makes sense. It's also equivalent to having 3 winners winning a third of the prize pool each. And lastly, the expected value calculation provides an arithmetic mean or an average of a large number of independently selected outcomes of a random event, in this case, the drawing itself. The key word here is random. Over the course of, say, a year, there will be many Spark Pool prize winners, as well as many who will not have won. And there is, after all, 615 and increasing qualifying wallets at the moment, so we can't all win. But more importantly, over the same year, there will not even be 365 unique winners. Some community members will win more than once, and others not at all. Indeed, as we have already seen, In the first 39 days of the Spark Rewards drawing, 3 community members have won more than once. By the way, the odds of that are pretty phenomenal, but I didn't put that in here. And then finally, the expected value simply provides a way to obtain an anticipated average value for an event at some point in the future. It does not provide when or even if that event will occur for you, meaning winning. So, in the immortal words of Dirty Harry, you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you? The decision is yours. That's the article. Does anyone have any questions or see any, identify any errors in my math? How would you approach calculating? I'm going to make the assumption that we have probably the majority of people on the chat right now are in. You own at least one, if not more, qualifying wallets for the Spark Rewards pool. I'm kind of curious how you came to the decision on whether or not it was worth it to, either stake the bond necessary or buy an NFT. Did you do a different kind of calculation?
I mean, for me, it's just a no-brainer, because staking into the foundation is like a high-yield savings account with the added bonus of being eligible to win, up to and over $1,000 worth of extra investment. So for me, it's just an absolute no-brainer. Put some money into the foundation, let it act as a savings account that's going to pay you 100% APY, and and then have that opportunity over that year to win a huge boost to your investment. So
that's a very good point. Thank you for reminding me about that. I should add a section to this article saying this is just gravy, because like you point out, you're already earning a return on your investment of the stake. So yeah, that's a very good point. This is just bonus.
Yeah, the whole time you were going through the article, Catalyst, I was like, man, we should raise the price of that bond stake. Too good to be true, Great odds.
Great odds, and the more wallets you have, if it works, if it makes sense for one wallet, it makes sense for all wallets. If you own 6 wallets, you've got a 1 in 100 chance of winning. In December, when I wrote my first article, in order to have a 1 in 100 chance of winning, you needed 5 wallets. That's changed a little bit now as we've gotten more wallets. You now need 6 wallets if you want to have a 1% chance. If you have 12 wallets, you'll have a 2% chance of winning. And there are some people in here that have multiple wallets. I'm not going to name any names.
Yes, sir, for sure. I think that there's so much, amazing and exciting stuff going on at ARK that sometimes people overlook how unbelievable the core functions of the project are. 2% daily, the foundation, the legacy NFTs. Like, there's a lot of focus on the Spark reward pool, and rightfully so. It's very, very exciting, and it happens every day, and it can give you a huge boost to your investment. But the foundation being a high yield savings account, the NFTs with the utility they bring, and the vault with paying 2% a day, the core functions are absolutely unbelievable. And sometimes when I hear people talk about utility, I think to myself, ARK was released with so much utility, which is unheard of. There are other projects out there, in the ROI DAP space that have been running for significantly longer than ARK, and they don't have half the utility that ARK has. So some people, when they talk about utility, I think to myself, well, look at what utility we have from the get-go. But we've set the bar very, very high, guys. That is the idea here, to change things, in the ROI DAP space and in the DeFi space in general. So, but great article, Catalyst. I love it when you break into the numbers.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Catalyst. I got a little confused.
Okay.
When you broke it down to like the $4.32 or something like that, if you can go back to that section.
Sure.
And then you broke it down to the 30-day. That part threw me off. I don't know if anybody else. The calculation. When
I was trying to read it fast. I was taking a page out of Fire Hustle. I'd like to have Fire Hustle read this on her video. I might send it to her and she can make a video out of this. Where was that? So $1.84. I think it's
when you broke it down to a dollar amount per day, that threw me for a loop.
Where's the 4?
It's down, Catalyst.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
No, it's not. I apologize.
So I say, let's calculate the expected value from the. So we're now 1 year in the future. I've calculated how many wallets. I've estimated how many wallets there would be a year from now, and I've estimated what the price pool will be a year from now. The number of wallets a year from now, I should bold this, is 3,200 wallets, and the size of the price pool a year from now is going to be $14,000
a day.
So this is a year from now scenario. So up at the top, I did the current scenario with 615 wallets and 1,100, whatever the price pool is from last night. But then I do the same calculation right here. I say, let's calculate the expected value. And again, to do that, you take the value of the price pool and you multiply it by the odds of winning it. This is a year from now. So the odds of winning the price pool a year from now with 3,200 wallets is going to be 0.00307. In other words, 0.03%. Right now, today, with 615 wallets, the odds of winning are 0.16%. But with 3,200 wallets, it's going to be 0.03%. For the purpose of this calculation, when we multiply that by the expected price pool next year, we get a daily expected value of $4.42. Again, it's taking the price pool times the odds of winning it.
That's the part that confuses me. The daily expected value. Because in my mind, the daily expected value of what you could win is what's for grabs. So when you break it down to a daily price,
the expected value, the definition of the expected value is when you incorporate the odds of that event actually occurring, and the event is winning. Let me try to break it down. I'll use easy numbers. Let's say there's $1,000 in the price pool, and there's two wallets. Actually, I'll break it down even easier. Let's say there's $1,000 in the price pool, and there's only one wallet, and it's yours. The odds of you winning are 100%, right? If there's only one wallet, you know you're going to win. Absolutely. So your expected value of winning the prize is $1,000. That's the value of the prize. But let's say tomorrow there's two wallets, you and somebody else. Your odds of winning are only going to be 50% tomorrow, and the other wallet's going to have a 50% chance of winning. So from a purely expected value standpoint, the expected value of your 50% odds of winning that $1,000 prize pool is going to be $500. That's what expected value means. It's like you take the prize pool and you multiply it by your odds of winning. If there were 4 wallets, the expected value of each wallet would be $250 for that $1,000 prize.
I understand it now. Thank you. All right. Thank you for that explanation. That threw me for a loop. I don't know if anybody else here, because I'm like, wait, $4? What? Hell no. It's a lot more than that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you went back over that, because I thought I understood it, and it turns out that I didn't, because I thought you were saying that if you win it, it's like winning, $4.42 a day for the year, and then when I just asked it again, I thought, hold on, $4.42 times 365 is like, well, it's there, it's 1,600 and 1,600. So I'm glad you did ask Atlas, because I thought I understood it, and it turns out I didn't.
Well, and I'm glad you're asking these questions. You're right, $4.42 doesn't sound much at all, but you have that opportunity every single day. So as you said, Coach Brad, over the course of a year, that expected value turns into $1,613. Now it starts to make sense to stake $250, or the total cost to get the total minimum cost to set up a qualifying wallet is $355. But that's $355 very well spent, because odds are, the expected value, I can't say odds are, but the expected value gives you a return of $1,600 on a $355 investment. So that can make sense.
And how do we go to 355? Can you explain that part to me? Because I got confused there too.
Sure.
How do we go?
11 ARK, the bonds.
So that's simply taking, how much does it cost to actually set up, to activate an ARK Vault wallet? And the way we do that is we take 11 and So it costs that much just to activate a wallet. And you do need to have an active ARK Vault wallet. This question was asked yesterday on the pod, whether or not you even, the answer is yes, you do. And this is how much it's going to cost you at today's prices to activate. Then we calculate how much we have to spend on the minimum number of bond. Because of the 10% taxes, I didn't use 250. I used 260 because the price of the bond LP does fluctuate. And if it happens to fall below, like if you make a minimum $250 investment and then the bond LP price drops a little bit, you're no longer going to have a $250 investment, and no longer going to have a qualifying eligible wallet. So on my wallets that I've created, I always buy a little bit more, like 260, or, the bond LP price has been holding pretty steady, or actually increasing. So I bought around 260, maybe 265 worth. And now when I go out to those wallets, it's up in the 270s and mid 270s. But for the sake of the example here, I said, let's just start with a wallet with $260 worth of bond, just to give us a little cushion. Because of the 10% taxes, that means we actually have to spend $288 to get the total. You then take, what did it cost me to activate my Vault account? What did it cost me to buy enough bond? You add those together, and you get $355. That's where that number came from. There you have it. The current minimum investment required to create a qualifying wallet for a daily Spark Rewards prize pool drawing at today's current prices is $355. That's where that came from. So when
Thank you, sir.
And the only reason I do that is because, you know, we throw around $250 all the time, and that's true. A qualifying wallet needs a minimum stake of $250, but you have to take into all the costs, and the true cost comes out to $355. You know, when you account for taxes and activating a wallet, etc.
So, Kat,
now I have a question.
Go ahead,
Yes.
Go ahead, Brad.
So, Catalyst, you are obviously a very analytical person. And obviously, you know, this is just constructive criticism. You know, please don't take offense. Do you not worry that the section that we just discussed, you know, with the daily thing, do you not worry that might confuse people when they get to that point? Because,
I didn't, but this is why feedback's good. You know, the impetus of this article, as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, was because I did receive some feedback on my first article that I wrote back in December 29th on this same subject matter, you know, calculating the odds. I think it was Florida Realtor on the pod said, yeah, I read your article, but man, it was a little hard to follow. And I agreed with him, but that was mainly because I had just copied and pasted the output of ChatGPT. And when I reread it, and I threw that article together really, really quickly. So when I reread it, I was like, yeah, Florida Realtor is right. This is really hard to follow. So that was partly the impetus for writing this without ChatGPT getting involved. I wanted to make it a lot clearer. But now hearing your question, Atlas's question and your question, yeah, you raise a good, a valid concern. I mean, if you guys were confused and not following this, then certainly others won't. So I can work on making this a little easier to understand, maybe give a really basic example like I did when I answered Atlas, you know, maybe using a really simple example. If there's only one wallet, your odds of winning are 100%. And so the expected value every day is the full price pool. Yeah, you're going to get all 1,000 BUSD. If there's two wallets, now you have a 50% chance. The expected value formula tells us you're going to, the expected value is half of that $1,000 price.
Catalyst.
Yes.
What happens to the odds when it's $14,000 a day and there's 14 winners? We might need ChatGPT for that one.
Well, I'm fairly certain that it will not have an impact. The reason I say that, so what you just asked is covered in this paragraph. I said the ARK team has indicated that at some point when the size of the prize pool grows to a certain level, that more than one winner may be chosen in order to split the prize pool equally. But from a purely expected value standpoint, this shouldn't really have an impact on your return. The reason being, the expected value, and this is an example, having a 1% chance of winning all of the prize pool is going to be the same as the expected value of having two 1% chances winning half the prize pool. And if I can rephrase this to answer your question, it would be the same as the expected value of having 14 chances of winning 1/14 of the prize pool. Does that last part make sense?
I mean, logically, just using very simple, generic logic, I would think that having more winners every day would increase the odds of winning, regardless of, how many people are present.
It's going to increase your any individual wallet holder's odds of winning by 14 times, because you're going to have 14 drawings in one night. So every wallet holder is going to get 14 chances to win on that particular night. So the odds of winning are increased 14 times, but the value of the prize pool for each one of those times is 1/14 of the $14,000. So you're going to have 14 chances to win instead of one chance to win. So your odds are 14 times greater of winning, but it's 14 times greater chances of winning $1,000 instead of one chance of winning $14,000. Does that make sense?
I'll take the 14 chances to win 1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
It's like we're looking at the glass half empty or the glass half full. I prefer to look at it half full. I'd like to understand that I have more chances to win.
Yes, and you're
understandably,
correct. You do have more chances to win. Everybody's going to have 14 chances to win in this example. It's just that the amount that you win is going to be $1,000 instead of one chance to win $14,000. So when you're using the expected value equation, it comes out to the same number.
I guess I'm not a fan of expected value. I guess I'm not a fan of that.
I get what you're saying, Catalyst. My fear is, unless you have some type of mathematical background where you understand expected value, and I was a stock taker for 6 years, so I do have that understanding, but it is still confusing. And I've worked with expected value. My worry is that a non-crypto person who's coming across this article, the top part, they're really enthralled, it's grabbed their attention, and then they get to this part and they're just bamboozled by the whole expected value terminology and value and examples.
That's a valid point. And when I drafted this article earlier today, I was going to stop it. I wasn't going to stop it. I was going to put a note right here. The odds of winning are based on the number of qualifying wallets. At the moment, there are 615 eligible wallets. So odds of winning are 1 in 615, or equal to 0.16% chance. Everyone understands that. That's kind of the question that's the answer to the question, what are the odds of winning? Well, right now, the odds of winning are 1 in 615. End of story. It could be. But from an investment standpoint, and you said you come from that background, expected value is used to evaluate whether or not it's worth investing in dividend stocks or growth stocks, or more to the point, you can use it for dividend stocks, and you can calculate what your expected value of that would be, say, over the course of a year, and then from that you can calculate your return on investment. I apply that same kind of mathematics in trying to evaluate what is one of these wallets actually worth. When I create a wallet and stake the 250 bond based off of the price pool amount, what is that wallet really worth? What is that investment worth? And that's where the expected value computations come in. But that, as you just point out, maybe people don't want to know that. I want to know it because you're right. I'm very analytical, and I want to know the worth or the value of a wallet in regards to the Spark, rewards pool. But what I was gonna do is I was gonna stop the article like here and put a big warning note and say, if you've already made up your mind, stop reading this article. Because I thought to myself, the rest of this is for the math geeks, I guess, for lack of a better term. But if you don't really care about all of this stuff, you can stop reading the article now and just leave it at knowing that your odds of winning are this at the moment. A year from now, it's going to be 0.03%. But so maybe that would help the article. Like if I put a big warning here and say, stop reading unless you really want to dig into the weeds.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely worth adding as well that the Spark reward is a added bonus of the core function of the foundation, which is that it's a high yield.
Yeah, definitely. That I need to add. When you brought that up, I was like, oh, I definitely got to add that.
Yeah, I agree with that comment, Brad, because you're in the protocol because it's making you money. This Spark reward is just a bonus. So
good point. I think I'll put that at the top of the article, that this is just a bonus.
And what a bonus it is.
And speaking of which, it's probably about that time.
Well, look, it's great to have these conversations, guys. I think as a community, we're very smart people. And we understand that what we're getting here is something that you just can't find anywhere else. With that, there's always a balancing act, which is the point I want to touch on. For example, we started and worked our way, I believe, from like 300, 400, 600, 800, 900. Now we're breaking 1,000 every day. So the folks that won are clearly winners that won less than the ones that are winning today. I think we can all agree on that, right? Now, there has to be a point where we start to divide the pot. By dividing the pot, the winner's going to get half. If we did it today, we'd be looking at 600 each. But by doing that, we are giving folks a greater chance to win. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So in the fairness of winning, in the fairness of I think having more folks get the opportunity, that's what we intended. I already told you folks, I have here in front of me the functions in the VFR to allocate 2 winners, 3 winners, 4 winners right now, if we wanted to. Some folks will say, hey, it's so enticing winning $1,100, $1,200. But there's other folks that say, hey, wait, it's enticing, but what about me? I want a piece. I want you to increase my odds at winning. And exponentially, that's the idea. As we grow, as we have more folks, we need to spread the wealth. We need to spread the chances all around. And looking at that variable of 14,000 daily prize, I think we could be extremely proud of ourselves if we could push that button here tonight, a year from now, and 14 people walk away with $1,000. That's absolutely insane.
Absolutely.
I agree with everything you just said, Ellis. I'm not I'm not saying let there be one $14,000 winner. I also agree. I'm not sure who said it, but because I wasn't watching the chat, but whoever said I would prefer to have 14 chances to win $1,000, I'm on board. I agree with that just as well. Even though it's extremely unlikely, it would be possible a year from now, on that night, when you draw 14 winners, each one of them winning $1,000, it is possible in the universe that one community member could win all 14 times, and then they would get $14,000. That my point to that is that's how the expected value formula works. There is no difference between winning $14,000 once or winning $1,000 14 times. But yeah, I agree with you. Let's give more. And of course, that's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen. But yeah, I'm all for it. Let's spread it out. Let's share the love. Spread the wealth.
Well, I mean, we have to. We have to. And let's try this out for an idea. Go ahead, sir.
I haven't been. Whoop.
You're cutting out a bit, or is it just me?
Sorry, my finger and my mouse got in the way, and it kept shutting the mic off. I haven't been in the chat much, just been busy, but I assume you guys have been talking about this. And what do you have you guys thrown out there as what's a good prize for people? Because if we're talking about being inclusive and taking care of everybody, man, $1,000 is a lot of money. $500 is a lot of money. It's a almost 100 ARK. You could start another wallet. So I think we're close to that time, right?
I think so. That's why I'm bringing this up. Exactly. I mean, you're getting 100% return in a year, according to what it's doing right now. So that in itself is pretty awesome. But, having this opportunity. So I said, it's a balancing act of making it worthwhile for people to stake in the foundation. At the same time, you always want to increase the chances. So if we were to play mathematically, and maybe Catalyst, you can help me here. If we, for example, set it at 600, so every increment of 600, we'd get another split. If we were to have a $14,000 value prize.
That's something to vote on for the first time.
23 winners.
Yeah, it'd be 23.3. So just say 23 winners, that's 14,000.
So, Atlas, can you see my spreadsheet here?
It's loading. Yes, sir. I see it now.
This is a record of, it's essentially the same information on the home screen. It's every prize pool that's been given away for all 39 prize drawings. We hit $600 on the 5th day of the Spark rewards, or we exceeded $600. We hit $700 on the 9th day. We hit $800 on the 17th day. And of course, we hit $1,000 on day 35. And we'll probably hit $1,200 either tomorrow or Sunday. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what the right amount is. I'm just letting you see some history here of how the value of the prize pool has grown.
So the first 7 days, we were at around what?
$185 on day 1, 326 on day 2. These are the early days. So the price pool was growing really. This column here shows the percent increase in the overall price pool. So those first few days, we had a huge run up. And then now you can see how the price pool in this column has been changing on a daily basis. It's mostly been positive. It fluctuates 2%, 7%, 2.4%, 6.4%. There's been some days where it's actually gone down. Over the past week, as I mentioned in my article, this averages out to 3.2 over the last 7 days. Here's the average right here, down here. But yeah, the price pool is
7 days, it was at 660 after a week.
Yes, $662. By the way, I was using the actual. I may be a few cents up, maybe $1 off here for the total, because in the early days before we had the screen on the homepage, I was grabbing the price data from the Dex Tools screener. So these prices here were coming from the charts at the time, but it's pretty close. If you see my overall number, it's 30,688, and if you go to the total spark payout, I guess 30,537. Mine was a little bit higher again until I started using the, what was displayed on the interface. I was grabbing a price from the Dex Tools, and they were, I don't know, I guess slightly higher because total slightly higher. But in terms of seeing the trend, the growth of the Spark price pool, you can see it here. So I don't know what the answer. That's your decision, Alice. Whatever if you want to choose 600, 500, 1,000, we're going to be at this rate. We're going to be at 2,000 rather quickly, probably with, at 3.2% growth. Let me do some calculations, but maybe within 2 weeks we'll be at $2,000 if we keep growing at this rate.
I mean, obviously, as you said, it's ultimately Atlas's decision, but I mean, $600 is a huge amount to win, especially when you're giving it away daily, and that is going to be to 2 different people. When I won, it was $745 according to your chart, and it made a huge difference to my daily returns. It was huge.
Oh yeah. I was going to talk about that in the article, but the article was already long enough. I exceeded my article reading time. I like to keep them shorter, but this one, went more into the weeds. But I have a question. Let's just say theoretically we choose $600. How does that work? Are you saying anytime the price pool is above? Do you wait for it to get $1,200 in order to have 2 $600 payouts, and then do you wait for it to get to $1,800 in order to have 3 $600 payouts?
In theory, yes, but if you think a little deeper into it, they wouldn't just be winning. If we split the pot at $1,200 to 2 people, they wouldn't be winning 600. They'd be winning every day more.
I think we should look at it in terms of ARK and not dollar values. Otherwise, we're going to get way off track because then we're going to try to be splitting it in dollar values. So I think what we should do is find like a percentage of 80,000 that kind of works like as a cap, since 80,000 is like the max payout, and then say, okay, when we reach this, I don't know what it could be, like, 0.05% or something like that of the 80K, and that's like the cutoff. And then we just run multiples of that based on how many we're getting in that price pool every day.
So
because the dollar value is going to fluctuate over time, right?
Right.
And
True.
I think it's more about the impact on their NDV and the impact on the ability for the wallet to be able to generate more rewards. So we should probably think of it in terms of principal balance impact and NDV impact, and probably not dollar value impact.
So this
Maybe
column
do
on the
100
spreadsheet
ARK.
shows the number of ARK. This is not dollars, this is ARK. So we're almost hitting that $200 ARK price pool amount. We were at 197.95 yesterday. Today we're again at 197.90. So this is going to be another record price pool. If we wait another minute or a few minutes, we're like 0.05 ARK away from another price pool record. Let me refresh my screen, make sure that's correct. Yeah, we're current price pool is 197.9. Yesterday was 197.95.
We could potentially looking at 2 winners today, potentially.
I like that nice round number of 100 ARK. Like, so we get up to 200 ARK, that's 2 100 ARK winners. You get up to 300 ARK, that's 3 100 ARK winners. That's not quite $600, but like Brett just, if you look at it in terms of ARK, maybe 100 ARK is a good thing to do. That's $571. Not quite 600.
Now, the interesting part about this is when that happens, let's just, as an example, say it's, gets to 200, then it's split in 2. They're not going to be getting 100 ARK because it keeps growing. They're, splitting the pot will be 103 ARK, 110 ARK, 120 ARK until, let's say, 300 ARK is reached for a third division of the pool, which is kind of neat in a way when you think about it, because you're winning more until the next round, till the next level.
Yes, that makes sense. I'm tracking. Yes.
Yeah, really, really interesting. But there's, like I said, the balance. The balance, the fairness, and I think one of the really cool hype things that's happening here at ARK right now, from where I'm sitting, is folks are seeing $1,000 being given away pretty much every day, which no one else is doing. And that has a great value. That is a sticker shock of like, whoa, wait, hold on. Back the truck up. What is ARK doing? And that's the other side I see of the coin, which is extremely attractive to a potential investor. Our prime directive, I believe, is to grow. We're all winning. We're all earning. We're all growing. We're all making money hand over fist. The music is not stopping. The jazz band keeps playing. And the name of the game, my friends, is to bring more people to dance, more people to grow, more people to earn, more music to play. Keep the music playing, as they say. So growth is prime directive. My wallet. I see what you're saying there. So I wanted to get your optics on what I'm saying, Catalyst.
I agree with everything you said tonight. I think that's cool. Yeah, if we're talking about $100 being the magic split number, you're absolutely right. Once we hit 100 ARK, once we hit 200 ARK, you're going to have 2 100 ARK winners. But until we hit 300, as we grow up to 300 ARK, you're right. The pot's going to grow and grow and grow each successive day. It's going to be kind of like not a step function, but over time, people will be like, oh, I want to be the winner just before we hit the next 300 mark, or just before we hit the 400 mark, because that would be the maximum pot size, because once you hit one of those milestones, like 400 ARK, the pot is split, and everyone 100 ARK. But the next day, like you said, each person's going to get 103 ARK, and then the next day they're going to get 110 ARK until they reach 500, and then it drops down to 100.
Right, but maybe the pot, maybe I wasn't clear. Maybe the pot doesn't get split until it gets to 400 ARK.
Well, again, that's your decision.
You see what I'm saying? I'm asking your opinion as to, do you see the psychological value of what's happening over there? This is amazing.
You're saying,
there we go.
If I'm tracking correctly, you're saying any ARK prize pool amount between 300 and 399 will be split 3 ways. And then once we get to 400 ARK, we now split it 4 ways. And no, that's not what you're saying?
No. Let me try to say it a different way. What if we split it when it reaches 400 ARK, and we continue on this journey, with the numbers growing through that time? Do you see what I'm saying? The value of letting the pot, still with a single winner, continue to grow astronomically, where the crypto streets have to look, even if they don't want to look. They have to say, what is going on over there? It's already happening. Yeah.
If I'm tracking, you're saying we only split it during those milestone amounts, and then in between those milestone amounts, we go back to a single winner.
Maybe here. Let's give somebody else a chance. Let's see if somebody else understood the it's not dilemmas. It's just the kind of the optics of what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying. The optics of giving away, $1,000 to, one individual person is incredibly attractive to get more people involved, because, what the hell is going on at ARK? One person won $1,700 today. Like, that is crazy. And then when we get to 400 ARK, it would be 2 people winning $1,000 each.
Oh, is that what you meant, Ash? When you said split 400, you were talking about splitting it between 2 people?
Yes, as an example. The point that I'm trying to make is
the point you're trying to make is come over here to ARK and you can win, $2,000 or $3,000 depending on the price daily. And that word spreading around. In other words, letting that pot get so big, going to one winner, that nobody could ignore the news traveling about it before you ever started splitting it amongst multiple winners.
Correct.
And sure. Just touching on what Brett said.
It's a balancing act.
And just touching on what Brett said about, ARK, splitting the ARK, you could just, it doesn't matter about the price fluctuation if you say we're splitting it, because the price will be the price, whatever it is, but the rewards pool will be split at every $1,000 increment. So regardless of the price, when the prize pool is $2,000, it's 2 winners, $3,000, 3 winners, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
but
but you
only
could
at
always
those
do one winter
milestones.
Friday. You could always just do one winter Friday.
There we go.
I have an idea. I'm with because I don't want. This is the bonus, right? So the main purpose of having Spark is to bring attention. It's not like distributing the reward to many people. It's not. That's not the purpose of having the Spark reward. Spark reward is a bonus having the vault or bond and NFT. So when you have weekly reward, one winner wins like $1,000. I think it will bring more people to stake or mint NFT or have the bond, and they stake will have vault. That's the purpose. I don't think this is not the communist that you want to distribute the wealth to the people. I mean, that's my sense.
Yudaman, you raise a good point, because I'm reminded of, correct me if I'm wrong, Atlas, but your original vision, you used to use the term life-changing money when you were describing what the Spark Rewards prize pool could grow into. Life-changing money. And my interpretation of that back in the early days was you envisioned the prize pool being so large that if somebody wanted, you mentioned a homemaker, a housewife, or whatever, winning a prize that was so big that it would change their life. I mean, am I remembering that correctly? Or
Yeah, you're right, and that's why it's remained that way. And then going through your article and seeing the way you broke it down, I'm like, well, but if we at that point 14,000 a day, if we had 14 winners, I would think that would give you a ton more chances, because we do want to give people, as we grow, more chances, because 365 winners in a year, man, that right now is huge. But as you have 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 70, 80, 90,000 users, right, that becomes a very, very slim chance. So I think, again, going back, it's a balancing act of getting that win, keeping it really
You could also only put 4,000 ARK in a wallet, so.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So great ideas.
The Spark Rewards doesn't count against the 4,000, so you can get this at any time.
Okay.
The cap doesn't matter because it's counted as a referral reward.
Yes, referral reward. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
But later on in the system, if you were giving somebody $14,000, in a year and a half's time, that could potentially push them past 80,000 payout. So that would be something you have to be aware of as well.
Ultimately, I always interpreted your description of the whole prize and the rewards as kind of something at your discretion, Alice, that you being the host of the game show, as it were, you would decide at your discretion if there were going to be one winner or multiple winners on any particular night. And this was my kind of how I envisioned you doing this, because you also have spoken in the past about, setting up a studio, making it look, the prize, the wheel spinning is a great thing that you've added. And, it could be totally discretionary. You could decide, or you could roll the dice at the beginning and say, oh, how many winners are we going to have tonight? You roll the dice and, we're going to have 6 winners, or we're going to have 2 or 1. You could add a random element to that.
Yes, sir. Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto. I want to speak for the community, but I think that whatever you do, we're going to support. If you want to let it build up to some true life-changing amounts, that's definitely going to get people's attention. From an optics standpoint, word's going to spread. And like, was it Florida Realtor last night or Mr. Putter, Crypto Putter was saying, I think it might have been Crypto Putter, and when you do win, if you write an article about how much you won, that's going to get some attention. People are going to be like, what? You won what in one night?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Amazing.
As you end up with 3,500 wallets or 5,000 wallets in the system, like you said, those odds keep going down. So if you increase the number of winners, as that pot also grows, it's still substantial money. If you're one of those 2 or 5 or 10 winners, whatever that total may be, I think there's some value to what you say as far as having 365 winners a year or having 3,650 winners a year. Of course, I do still like one winner Friday.
We'll figure it out. We'll go with the flow and where the waves take us, and it's a great thing to see. Also thinking logically, hey, a high yield savings account, I'm getting 100% APR, and if I'm only going to have a chance to double it again, to say like, $600 or $700, I don't know. But if it's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, man, I think I'm going to keep my funds there instead of anywhere else. There's a lot to that because you're already winning. You're getting paid every day BUSD, but that's why people play the what's that big lottery in the United States? Powerball. Why do people buy that shit? Because if you win, it's so massive that you just can't say no. You're like, dude, get me in. Why not? What do I have to lose to put 250 BUSD into a 100% a year APR account and get a massive bonus? It's going back to Brad. It's a no-brainer.
I want to point out something. Yes, good point being raised. Look at the spreadsheet. $185. Let's just use ARK. 32 ARK had a value of $185 in the very first Spark Rewards giveaway. This conversation that we're having tonight about at what point should we split the pot, I did not envision us having this conversation until months and months away. And here we are on the 40th, tonight's the 40th anniversary, 40th day of Spark Prize Pool Reward. And we've already grown the prize pool to a point where we're now discussing splitting it. And that's just mind blowing to me because I did not expect it to grow that quickly, that fast. But here we are having the conversation. I also want to say that it's amazing that this is just another example. The fact that we're having this conversation with the community just shows the team's commitment to the community and the team's commitment to eliciting feedback and suggestions from the community. This is a perfect example of what I was saying earlier at the start of the pod about the value of the community. Look, Atlas and the core team are listening to us, and they're not only listening to us, they're asking us for our opinion on what they should do. And what other dev team asks the community's opinion on which way to go forward? This is amazing. This is what this whole community is about. Anyway,
they say money can't buy happiness. Look at that fucking smile on my face. Bye.
Amazing.
Now,
Thank you, Callus. Thank
you're
you.
welcome. But now I'm going to make, you brought up the Powerball lottery, and you're going to kill me, but I got to make one comment about that and expected value. Just to drive home the point of expected value. If you take that massive lottery prize amount and you multiply it by how many tickets have been sold, or, your chances of winning it. So I guess you divide it by that. You get the expected value. How many tickets have been sold to win that massive Powerball lottery?
But they don't say that. They say you put $2 and you can win $1.2 billion, and that's
exactly
all people want to fucking hear.
Correctly, but for the few out there that are like me, that are analytical, I would look at my odds of winning that massive billions of dollars, divided by the odds of winning. If it was more than the price of $1 ticket, then it makes sense to buy the $2 ticket. But if it's
if they put those analytics, Carlos, by law, taped to the lotto machine, people wouldn't buy.
You are absolutely correct. It's just kind of being facetious, though. I mean, I just wanted to circle it back to what expected value is. Anyway,
I know.
I'll stop talking.
You're fine. You're fine. Great article, man.
All that being said, I happen to live in the state of Nevada, and gambling is legal here, and I do sometimes enjoy the casinos. So, and my point to that is the house has all the edge there. So nothing makes sense when you're gambling in a casino from a purely statistical expected value standpoint. Yeah, I still do it. And I do it for the reasons that you just point out. People like the chance of being able to win a huge amount, even if it doesn't statistically make sense. The allure of a giant payout, this is what Udaman was getting to, I think, is what draws people in. And this is what you've been saying all night, Atlas.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And man, I tell you, every night after we're done here, I got a lot of, clerical things to do. And the first thing that I do is I forward from the announcements channel the Spark Prize to everywhere I can. They're sick of me. And if there's any other project, I can guarantee you that people would block me and prohibit me from spamming the group. But the fact that it's ARK, that they're seeing this grow, that they're understanding that no one else is doing this, they're just shocked. And it's almost like, holy moly, wow, what's happening over there? And then there's some folks that are investors here at ARK in those, other groups. And they reply to it and they're like, when am I going to win, Atlas? When's my chance? And you know what I say, right? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Oh yeah, let's get this crypto.
And they could like it or they could hate it, but they're learning to love it, because what ARK is doing is amazing. Diamonds are forever, and so is the ARK.
Let's get this crypto. Oh, god damn!
Oh yeah, let's get this crypto.
Man, I'm in full FOMO mode. Go ahead.
Just wanted to say
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I was actually looking at some of the statistics from your article there, Catalyst. I noticed you said it was 0.16% chance to win, and right now it's like $1,000. I looked on just some lottery tickets. For example, a $10 ticket to win $1,000 is about 0.0007% chance to win $1,000, and here it's 0.16. So I think that's just insane.
Yep. That's
you,
tonight's chances. Let's get this crypto.
And the mistletoe has spark running through his veins, ladies and gentlemen.
Mistletoe.
Let's go.
Mistletoe, just put your name on the spreadsheet here.
Well, I'm not allowed to win 3 times. There's no way.
So the odds of that are 0.16 times 0.16 times 0.16. I think, right? 0.16 cubed.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yes, you multiply.
Well, I think we've had enough analytics for the evening. Let's get to the freaking winning, boys. We're at an all-time high here. Let's have some fun.
Yes, let's have some fun. Yeah, this is a fun thing, amazing thing.
All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Let me get the second cold storage out of the freezer for us. A bit of time went by between the 2 transactions. Let's see how it goes through. So if it fails on the first time, we'll just do it again. So let's put some tunes while I just go ahead and get the ice off the cold storage.
There we go.
We are so close to 200 ARK.
Oh my gosh, 200. Almost. You're right, Brad. Coach Brad. New record.
We are so close. We can't see your screen, Atlas, just so you're aware.
Thank you. Give me a second.
Maybe we don't need the bot. We got 53 members in here.
Oh, shit.
right, we are ready to go. Thank you guys for your patience. We are ready to get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto. Oh, God damn.
Oh yeah, let's get this crypto.
Another all-time high in the house. Hold on. What's happening here? Hold on. Looks like a false alarm because we had to get rid of the previous transaction. Okay, hold on. Let me confirm on both sides here. We have the right one. Now, I'm going to need a couple more minutes. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
While we wait?
Yeah, let's do that, man. Let's do the spin the wheel. Got all these folks waiting here. I do apologize, and I thank you for your patience. So I'll let you handle that.
Oh my God, is that the right wheel, Fortunate?
Sir, my back is hurting from all these names that I had to write down.
How many names is that, sir?
71.
And that is double entry with both of the Medium articles clapped up?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goody gosh. That is fantastic.
Yes, sir. All right, everyone, I'm going to scroll through the names here. If you do not see your name, please let us know. That way we can enter you. It's a long list of names.
That is a long list of names, sir.
Oh, finally got to the bottom. All right. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Looks like we're all good. Going to spin the wheel in 3, 2, 1.
Mistletoe. Oh my God.
No way. What?
What? This man has more luck than anybody I know.
He is now overtaken Udaman.
Another $100.
Sheesh. That's insane. I got to go buy a real lottery ticket, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Go and get that Powerball lottery ticket, bro, because your
My
luck
goodness.
is oozing.
Send me your wallet address, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. $100 on your way.
Congrats, Mistletoe. That's amazing, man. Your luck is great.
He is now officially the luckiest man on the ARK.
That's insane. Thank you, boys.
Almost ready, folks. Thank you.
gotta say, the music is really, 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 really soothing. Everyone in this crowd that I'm in is just listening to the background in a really calm, scented manner.
All right, we're ready to go. Can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, man, we've passed the 200 ARK. Sheesh. That is juicy. 1,142.74 BUSD. Wow.
We're hitting milestones, man. We're hitting milestones. Today we've had the most participants as well. It's been pretty cool.
And Mistletoe won 3 times. He beat me.
Let's get this mistletoe, man. Beautiful luck.
Here we go. And tonight's winner of the Spark Price Pool, another all-time high of 200.13 ARK. Their wallet ends in B117. Let's get this crypto, boys.
Let's get this crypto. Baggy.
Oh, god damn. Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
And I believe it's a brand new winner. Let's take a look. Yes, it is. Congratulations.
Spark Winners Hall of Fame. Such data.
Mr. G, you got your computer back? I heard you were having some issues.
Yeah, I've got a tiny bit of batteries left. So, yeah, we can honestly look into a few things. Shall we?
Go right ahead. It's all yours. And again, guys, thank you for your patience. The thing about having great security here is that it takes time to get things done, especially when you got to, delete transactions and redo them again. So thank you for your patience.
Awesome. So today, I'm not going to go into much information. I just want to kind of show you where we have sort of looked into our research a little bit with Discord, with different things that we want to look into. So I'll make this really brief and kind of show you guys some stuff that we can sort of connect with and stuff that we've got in the working. So if we go into our sort of members in Discord, we have gone to 607, which is pretty cool. Everyone's enjoying the I Love ARK. It's pretty nice to go through Discord and find folks with I Love ARK all over their name. And so kudos to that. We are increasing in numbers. We're 400, almost like 397 away from get into that lovely 1,000 number for the Discord, and then we can do some fun stuff. The meme competition has been pretty awesome. Has been pretty awesome. Like, your sorts of memes are making our day as a team very joyful when we go through things like this. It's all about the meme competition, and today Terry Tibbs gave us the one display not simply. One does not simply win the Spark reward once. I mean, these memes are just getting better and better and better. Getting very, very like creative. So I think we have a strong sort of game as judge to basically look at what's really going on, you know, who's getting really creative with it. So it's good. It's good. It's great for everybody. It gives us a good laugh, and it's for a good cause. Some of these memes are even more interactive. Like, you have things like this. I mean, that's got to win. Like, you know, meme of the year, right? Really enjoy these kind of things, guys. We are going to the moon and beyond, as the image shows. Usually, like, around this time we sort of cover DeFi news, and we look at price action, and we look into these things in a much deeper way. But I think we have a year ahead of us where there's quite I think 3 to 4 layer ones that are about to come out, and one has already come out in Aptos, and we need to understand how things like SUI, SEI, and these projects, you know, like, how are they going to basically create the fastest layer ones out there and make things work independently? So each one to their own deserves a good spot to kind of understand, and then we can sort of really build on this as a thread, as a group, as ARK members, and learn about why Aptos really went 400%, or understand what SEI network is all about. So I've made sure the DeFi links is nutritional with information that sort of covers things like, what is Aptos, what is this layer one, what is the ecosystem about, and then a really cool guide into SUI token, and as we sort of look into SUI network coming out, we can look at their team and see that they've already raised $300 billion. Currently, their TPS in testnet is running 20 to 30,000 transactions per second, and their team is all from the previous, you can say, Libra project on Facebook, now called Meta. So this is the team that was working on the blockchain there, and they are all using the Move programming language to do things independently. When you're putting a transaction in, the reason it combusts the networks is because it's taken up a bunch of, you can say, bandwidth to put through. And what Move allows these folks to do at SUI network is basically allow them to do things independently. And that makes the transaction quicker. And this is a team. These are the folks that worked on Facebook, that worked on Meta, that worked on Instagram. So they're all behind it. They've done a $300 million raise. And through this week, it's important for us to go into Discord and read about it. And then as we get through the weeks, we will cover these things and touch these layer ones. And then always come back to ZK Snarks as well. Because some of these, you can say, mainnets are even using mining protocols. So they're using the old proof of work concepts. So miners have a future. And it's important for us to understand these things. So yeah, that's my little brief for today. I want y'all to look into the DeFi links a little bit and understand different topics. And then as we get through the week next week and the weeks after, we'll understand these mainnets much more deeply. But yeah, that's my brief time for today.
No, I did that, not the storm.
I think Chris's mic just unmuted. But yeah. Been a great day. We've had a really good attendance in our podcast today, and I'm loving the I Love ARK campaign that we all have flowing. It gets the word out, and that's what's going to get us like places. That's what's going to get us in front of bigger influential crowds and really grow, and then we'll have real utility to work on. And I'm looking forward to that future, and it's looking really near.
Thank you so much, Z.
Let's go, Catalyst. Let's keep writing those articles.
Yeah, I agree. Good turnout tonight. Excellent pod.
Absolutely. And the pods have been great. The last couple, especially. Last night's one was awesome. It's getting better and better. We enjoy having... Yeah, we enjoy having really, you can say, intricate conversations when it comes to prize pool or any functionality or the future of DAO. It's pretty good that we get the crowd and yourself, Catalyst, like speaking about these real insightful subjects, and it really builds good momentum going into the weekend. I mean, it's a Friday, and we're talking mainnets, we're talking Spark prize pools. We're doing great things. Hope everyone has a really great weekend.
It's only going to build. Everybody in the community brings their own perspective. Everybody in the community brings their own viewpoint. Everyone has different degrees of history in the space, different degrees of experience in the space. But collectively, as a community, when we all share this, or just soak it up and take it in, like let's mention, some people just like to listen in, and which is totally fine. I mean, that's what the community's here for. You can participate in any way that you want to, even if that's simply listening in. But as the community grows and more people, contribute their knowledge, their experience, and their viewpoints, everybody wins. The entire community wins. And this, I said it at the beginning of the pod, that's what sets ARK apart from any other project that I've invested in. It's just amazing.
Absolutely. Now, what I've been doing a little bit is I've been looking into layer ones quite a bit, as you know. And what I see, the ones that do really well, the ones that get creative and really work with their audiences, make them a fortune and also make them a learning mechanism for the future. They have great teams. And I don't think anyone can deny that the team we've built here from all aspects, I mean, we all sort of are experts in our own ways, Brett, Atlas, Brad, Fortunate, everyone has their sort of energy, and everyone works through the 24-hour cycle and really connects with the crowd, with the investors, with you can say our referral systems, so it makes a good place of communication. And as we get into the influential side of crypto and people catch us and say, look, there's a real good opportunity here. And, those days are going to come really quickly for us, but we have to keep it working. We have to keep it flowing, and seeing these turnouts that sort of bring a whole different aura to us, right? These turnouts, meaning as you say, everyone has their own DNA, has their own functions that they bring to the community. Some are good at influential, others are good at YouTube, some are good at articles. It's a team effort, and we'll get noticed, no doubt, in a short span of time. But that's my viewpoints. I can get lost for hours on these topics, Catalyst.
No, I agree. It's going to happen sooner than later. Totally agree. I'm happy to be a part of the community.
I'm having fun here, guys. As I told you, each night, I mean, we're going a bit long tonight, but I send out the Spark rewards to the groups where we've done AMAs and where we have good relationships with. And it's just so funny. They just keep like, wow, there's always a winner? It just keeps growing. We see market cap is stable. And I'm like, yes, exactly. Oh, it's so much fun, guys. It's really fun. And I encourage, I ask, pretty please, folks, go to the announcements channel, see the post of the Spark rewards, and send that out to your groups, to your people. James at the water cooler, he's sitting on the fence. He's like, I don't know, but I don't know. Hey, little James, take it easy, man. Relax. If you're not ready today, you want to think about it, it's fine. But look what you're missing out. You're still going to be able to come a month from now, 6 months from now, and you're going to get to play the same games as everybody else. But from here to there, how much money did you not make? Interesting. I think that's one of our strongest marketing tools. And it's there in every investor's hand. Push that button. Send it. I wish I had the mailman's email or his WhatsApp. Hey, look what happened last night. Another all-time high. What, you sitting there collecting, the mail and distributing the mail. The folks over here at ARK, they're saying this.
Let's get this crypto.
Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah, let's get this crypto.
Amazing times ahead.
I just sent it to Cryptozoa ARK. I sent the announcement.
This is a big prize. I mean, I don't want to put this out there, I don't want to post it here for you guys. It's nice that they're giving us this access, but it's just, there's thousands of people in this group, and they're just like, oh, they look at it, they move on. They look at it, they move on. They look at it, and then they just like, what's going on here? Again? It keeps growing and growing and growing. And even the folks that are knowing about ARK, invested in ARK, then they say, when, Atlas? When? Kuro, shouts out to Kuro. He's so cute. Every time I send it into their group, the bonus round, we did an AMA there. He's like, sir, please, sir. Help me win, Sir Atlas. And I tell him, have patience. Keep the faith. Meanwhile, you're earning in the foundation, you're earning in the vault, you're earning in legacy. And it's a beautiful thing, folks. We could talk about it for hours, and we do. Good times.
This one's gone for how many hours is this one? As in podcast.
We started a little bit late tonight, but we're like 2.5 hours maybe.
Nice.
Well, we're here for 3 hours and 12 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Again.
Record prize pool, record podcast link.
Oh no, we've been longer. We've been longer.
Been over an hour longer. We've had some savage ones.
We've had some good times here.
Wow.
Are we open for questions?
Of course, absolutely.
Hey, I just wanted to ask a quick question. I've been listening. I've been tapping in. I'm actually new to the ARK ecosystem or family, like what I've seen so far. So I've been around crypto and DeFi for a while. I've been in crypto since 2016. Gotten the DeFi probably around 2020. Been messing around with a lot of these different crypto, DeFi projects between Drip and a lot of different things. And ARK came across my path honestly before y'all went into the pre-sale, but because I was messing with some of these other projects, they was throwing out FUD and was like, oh, you can't do 2%. But once I really looked into the white paper and got into it over the last month after the pre-sale, I was kind of upset that I didn't get into the pre-sale. So now, I haven't even joined the team, but I know I'm anybody's team yet. But I know I'm going to join, so I'm looking to join with I'm saying a 4 to 5 figure investment. So I just wanted to know, I'm looking for a good team to get behind, as well, because I got a YouTube channel that I've been doing since 2016, 17. Got about 1,000 subscribers on my channel. Not a huge channel, but I have some followers, and I was just trying to figure out what's the best way to maybe to come into ARK, for somebody like me who has some followers behind us, have some different people who look at different things that I'm doing, and I'm looking to come in personally with 4 to 5 figures just to get into something. I spread myself out across different things. My name is Ice Cold Crypto Diversified Hustler, so I'm in a lot of different projects. Like between Bitcoin is my I do Bitcoin and blue chip products, but I like DeFi. I like the passive products, so I degen into like different projects also. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure out what team should I come in under. I'm looking for a team to come in under to support them, and to bring different people that I bring in under, and just the best way to maneuver through ARK. So that's why I'm here. I've been on the call. I've been tapping in for the last week, just in your Telegram, just trying to tap in and trying to find my place in your ecosystem.
All right. Perfect. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. How should I call you? Matty Ice.
Call me, Matty Ice. Yeah, Matty Ice. Because I also own an ice cream company. So that's where it comes from, Matty Ice, Ice Cold Crypto. But outside of crypto, I own an ice cream company. We have ice cream trucks and different things. But Matty Ice.
All right. Well, sir, thank you for coming to the community, getting involved, doing your due diligence, which is a very important part of making either a small or substantial or large investment. Pleasure to meet you, sir. My first question for you is, where did you hear about ARK?
I actually heard about it about a month ago. I'm going to say maybe 3 months ago, before you went into pre-launch. and because I was in the drip community, and it started coming up about ARK DeFi, and some of the people was in the drip community was like they wasn't messing with it because it was 2% a day. So I'm not gonna lie, it kind of fell off my radar. But then you all came back up on my radar again over about the last 3 weeks after you launched. And then I looked into your white paper, and then I seen how that you all were a little different. I was a little mad at myself that I didn't do the investigation for myself instead of listening to other people. Was like, you know what I'm saying? They was like 2%. They didn't even look into the different tokenomics and what made you different. And then once I looked into it for myself, I was kind of mad that I wasn't able to get into it for the pre-sale. But
you said that. You said that before, Matt. My question again is, you talk about the radar, but the radar has points, right? Where did you hear about us through your radar? Is my question.
So the last person that I actually watched was you all were on. Y'all did an AMA on James Pelton, and then you did an AMA on Crypto Badgers, and I listened to the AMA, and they kind of went through the white paper and different things, and then that made me go to the website and look at it for myself, and then it clicked for me that you all were doing something a little bit different.
All right, Maddie. Well, listen, hear me out for a minute. Let me explain to you how we do things here at ARK. It's very different. We keep this Telegram as an educational portal for folks like yourself, for people that have heard about it and they want to do their due diligence. They want to make sure this is legit. You know, what's happening here. They want to ask questions. They want to look around the room and see why the smart money is here. What are they saying? You know, what are these folks from the core team about? And with that in mind, I've looked at other projects where when a new investor comes, people start jumping on them and come to my group. I'm going to give you this, or I'm going to do that. And I don't think that is the right way to go about it. Because if I have a neighbor, let's say he's a dentist, he's got $750K sitting in the account doing nothing. He wants to take 5% of that, put it into ARK. He's going to come over here. He's going to ask some questions. He's going to do some due diligence. And if people are, you know, trying to poach him, offer him all kinds of deals, he's going to be put off. And not only is he going to be put off, but if I'm the person that took the time or through my efforts, if I wrote a Medium article, I did a YouTube video, I put time into the educational piece, which is vital for ARK, because it is different. These are 5 contracts working in unison to create and just print money as you're seeing. I can assure you, when my neighbor that's the dentist comes back to me and tells me the heinous debacle, a free-for-all, a bazaar, like a China market where people are just pushing each other, trying to negotiate. I'm not going to bring my neighbor that's on the right side of where I live, and he's sitting on $22 million in the bank, decaying through inflation. Because if I bring him in here and he's going to go through that experience, then what's the point of it all? The idea here is that everyone is here to help, educate, answer questions, so that if tomorrow, Maddie, you invite your neighbor, he's going to be respected, he's going to get the information, and anyone that's here is going to tell him, "Sir, where did you hear about ARK?" "Oh, my neighbor Maddie." Well, go talk to Maddie. Go sit down with Maddie. He's got a referral link. Be a part of his team, and let's get this crypto. So it's different. It's respectful because our policy here, our culture is understanding, especially when we got a mobile app that's in the works, into people's hands, into Uber drivers, into farmers, into single mother, 2 kids, looking for DeFi, looking for some yield. Understanding that, there's always risk. Do your due diligence, put a small amount, that could turn into a lot. There's going to be so many of those folks that come here. And they would have heard about ARK from a friend, from somebody. So I encourage you, my friend, to circle back on that radar. And if it's a couple people that told you about it, see who you feel more comfortable with. See who can give you not just something back. That's not what it's about. Who can really be supportive to you? Because there's a lot of questions. It's a complex system that we're trying to simplify. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it definitely does because I understand it. I I go in when I go in. So I've watched several videos. I've read the white paper. Like I said, I've been in the crypto space since 2016, 2017, doing different projects. I bought my first Bitcoin in 2015. So I'm not new to the space. So I want to find out my space where I can bring value to the community. So I was thinking about maybe just joining because I couldn't decide who I wanted to join under because I've watched several videos under different people. So I was like, maybe I just need to join under the founder wallet. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know who brought me the most value, but I do know I want to be under a community. And then I'm not the biggest channel. I only have about 700 subscribers, but under that, I do have certain people who don't even subscribe to me, who follow me in different projects that I go in. So I'm coming in with, I know what I'm coming in with. And then once I come in, I know certain people are going to follow me.
And now Maddie, when those people, if you put the work in and you go and create that content, you educate yourself and you ask all the right questions and you prepare to really do a killer video that's going to open so many eyes to so many folks. For example, that's part of what a lot of people thought. Oh, it's 2%, or oh, it's a whales game, or it's so much more intricate because the whole system's really been re-engineered, and it's not 2% forever. This is a multi-year project. That 2% goes to 1%. It's really more of a 1% if you're playing alone, or if you're out there really growing and you're adding new capital from your pocket. If I had a business that was paying me 2% a day in the real world, believe me, I'm going to reinvest into that business to keep it going at that highest rate possible. Or I'm going to go get referrals and bring people. And that's the beauty of it. You could play it every way. And if you ask me, 1% a day is massive. So for the beginning,
I looked at the tokenomics. Even 1% a day is awesome. But I looked at the tokenomics, and you bring people in, or you reinvest what you pull out, so you're not over compounding, and just a different way that it kind of helps sustain it. It's still, once it's in the wild, I would say, it's still an experiment, in so many words, because once it's in the wild, it's going to be put up against certain tests, and we're going to see what actually happens once the system is in the wild. It's been in the wild for, about a little over 30 days, 45 days. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But you've definitely, I guess, taken from other projects you've been in, other projects that we've seen, and taking the good and the bad to make sure that this is it's going to be a lot more sustainable than some of these other projects. I'm not going to put any names out, but all of us been in them. I've like I said, I've been in them. I've seen the good and the bad with a lot of these projects. I've got in some early, and I've got in some late. You know what I mean? So I've bled out in a lot of projects, and then some projects I was able to get in early where I was able to reap rewards. But I do like the tokenomics that I've seen so far, and I'm the type of person like I don't tell a lot of people to get into things. I get in it, you know what I'm saying? I got my core audience who I tell those like, hey, this is what I'm doing. But man, I've been in network marketing and different things, man, since the 90s. So at this point, I earn money, but I've told so many people to get into different things. And then at the end of the day, because they don't have a team, they don't end up recouping what I recoup. So I'm not going to lie. I don't tell a lot of people about different projects that I get in anymore. I kind of, I just hop in them and I do my thing on my own. And I tell my core audience who know what time it is. Everybody like, they know what's good. Like, hey, this is what we doing. Recoup your profits, but you got other people you tell them and they don't listen. You know what I mean? They don't know how to maneuver through this.
I know all about that. And if you notice, the way that ARK is set up is for every investor to get a quick, fast ROI. We don't let you compound your way to the fantasy. This is going to change your life overnight. Keep compounding. Be the exit liquidity of the first people that got in. I mean, we've set it up so that everybody gets a win. And as an investor, there's two things that are vital to stay alive in this business. And the first is don't invest what you cannot afford to invest. And the second, pay yourself. Get that ROI, put it back in your pocket, put some food on the table. The rest is sailing on the water, house money. And I've told that to so many people and they just don't listen. They get the stars in their eyes and they just want to compound. It's not good for the system. It's not good for the investor because you end up kicking the can down the road, further down the road. Oh, it's not my problem today. Everybody wants to keep the TVL high. But when they get to that max and they start dropping those hammers, my friend, the panic sets in because those checks are going to be cashed in a very, very high level. And hindsight is 2020. That's what ARK is. Hindsight 2020. We've been able to look back and say, that's not how you do it. We've been able to listen to Dr. Kelly Snook, famous for her drip calculator.
Hey,
he's been saying it for a long time.
I wasn't going to say it, and I looked at Kelly's at her calculator. But honestly, if you look at drip, and I was a big investor in drip, and I didn't get in at the beginning. But if you look at drip, once it hit that 1 year mark, and that's when a lot of people did hit their max wallet because they were in at a year at 365. Honestly, that's when it started to go down because it was so many wallets at the max value, and that's all they could do was withdraw.
There you go.
So they said it was going to be less pressure on it because those wallets were hitting the max, but it actually was the opposite. It caused it to drain. It was the complete opposite. Once those wallets hit the max, once that 1 year mark hit on drip, that's when it drained. It started to drain, and they had to start to mint new tokens, and anybody who's in drip knows what it is. Not saying anything because I honestly believe that was everything evolves. You know what I'm saying? Not even speaking down on drip. Everything evolved, so that was
man. Drip is king.
Lesson.
Drip is king, my brother. Drip is king, and shout out. I mean, to all of the ROI dApps, all of the innovators, everybody trying to raise the bar, and we're here, and we flipped it upside down so that everybody could get a win. And in this market, man, this past year, so many people are hurting. That's why the name is the ARK. It's not an accident. It's not a coincidence. It's on purpose. Everything here was done purposely. 10 months we took to build this. Everything's been re-engineered, top down, fresh code. Not once, audit from CERDIC.
I
a second audit.
The team yet. I haven't chosen the team yet. I've watched. I'm telling you, I've watched so many videos on ARK to decide. And at this point, I don't really know. Like I said, I was just thinking about just joining a master wallet, but I do want to join a team, like, because I want to do videos and maybe partner up with somebody with videos. But I don't really know who. Like, so that's kind of another reason why I even spoke up, because I'm trying to see.
That's cool.
I want to bring value to the network. You know what I mean, in the best way, because I like what I see.
Yeah.
And I want to maybe partner up with somebody, because I do YouTube videos as well. Not even to put myself out there, but I'm just trying to find my place in the community.
I got you, man, and I've answered it, and the same way that I answered you today, everybody here would answer any of your YouTube watchers, any of the people that you educate about ARK. We're going to ask them, where'd you hear about it? Go back to the source that exposed you, gave you the education, the people that put the time in. And I think, Maddie, you can see that's a very positive thing, because you could invite your sister, your cousin, and they're not going. Nobody here is going to try to work out a little side deal, if you know what I'm saying. That's the key to growth. Respect, professionalism, empathy. And we know that anyone that came in here, hey,
whoever's on the call tonight, when I join your team,
don't do that, Maddie.
Just reach
Maddie,
back out to me, because I want to choose. So I just want you to reach back out to
me. Maddie, you're in my house right now, and you're here with my community, and I've answered the question, I think, 3 times, and with all due respect, I'm asking you respectfully. Again, we don't do that here. I would love for you to be an investor here, but this is not how we run the show. Do you understand what I'm explaining to you?
Nah, I do. So that's what I'm saying. So how should I do it? Because I watched several videos.
I already told you, sir, I already told you to go back, look at who would be from the sources on that radar through your journey here today to be talking to me, and make a decision. You cannot come here, put yourself out there for people to write you and try to work out deals. That's not what we do here, sir.
That's what I wasn't saying. I agree with you. That's what I was just saying. I wouldn't do that. So that's why I said I'm going to join the team, and then once I join the team I decide with, I'll reach out. That's what I was saying. I'm not asking for anybody to send me a letter or anything. I'm going to reach out.
Can I have a little word? Atlas, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Maddie's awesome, man. Like, I love your sort of enthusiasm, and it's pretty cool to do. The awesome thing with ARK is you will have medium writers. As you say, there's some YouTubers like Crypto Badgers. You'll find syndicate leaders all around the community in these podcasts, in general, out there in the sort of article realm and YouTubes. And I think what Atlas is saying, is look for the sort of syndicate member that gives you the most experience. If you're looking for YouTube collabs, Crypto Badgers. Or if you're looking for Medium articles, CryptoZoa has folks that have sort of syndicate membership. So find the community that digs with you, and then ask them a question, and they will pass you the referral link and help you build. But that's how we do it here, man. Just look through. Look through the communities and see which ones that influence you the most, and deem a few syndicate members here, and I'm sure they'll give you more information, because that's what we want for you. We want you to part.
All right, thank you, Z. Man, did you have any further questions in regards to that? Well, folks, it's been a long one. We're going almost on 4 hours at tonight's podcast. Man, time just flies. We want to thank every single one of you for coming over this evening. We want to thank the all-time high winner of tonight's Spark Rewards. Thank you, Catalyst, bringing the numbers, the analytics, looking at the odds of Spark Rewards. For the folks that are listening to the podcast at a different time, we also want to thank you for your participation through listening. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. UTC. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.